Great if somebody could rewrite the 1948 Universal Declaration, but of course it wouldn't ever be possible nowadays, we know that, and add in one more right, the right to know. There's no state that would ever allow that right to be included. So sometimes it does fall for the ordinary citizen of the world to gather together and to answer a question that should be answered but has not been. And so when I was asked by the NGO ETAC, which commissioned the creation of this tribunal, to write a legal opinion on the matter, were crimes committed, I said, well, that'll be a waste of time. Nobody will read it. It'll never make it as an op-ed in a newspaper. It won't even merit a dusty file in a government office. But have you thought about a people's tribunal? And they hadn't. And they didn't really think it was a very good idea at the time, because a people's tribunal might challenge the certainties they already had. But they went away and they thought about it, and eventually they came back and they said yes. And so we created a model of a tribunal, different from the others, learning from them. Not based on lawyers. We didn't particularly want lawyers. We had a number on the tribunal, but they didn't work as lawyers. Not based on people with any commitment. 5 out of 7 members of the tribunal, I was one of them, knew absolutely nothing of this scandalous story when we started work on it. So we set up a tribunal of 7 people as it happened, and we worked on the basis that we would have evidence presented to us, which we did. Evidence would be given live and in person. We had 2 evidential hearings. After the first hearing, we converted ourselves a little bit into a tribunal of inquiry. We wanted more evidence. We asked questions so that we could fill in what we may have considered to be gaps in the information coming towards us. We applied only the most basic tenets of fair procedure, because that's all you require. Proof beyond reasonable doubt if we were to say anything adverse about the People's Republic of China, hearing live witnesses wherever we could, treating other forms of evidence with much greater caution, and not allowing expert witnesses to give final opinions on the very matters we were concerned with. That's about all you need for a reasonable determination of a difficult factual issue. And we then approached the evidence we got by putting it into silos or into little local universes of evidence concerning particular topics. There are a number of topics. Hamid, who will speak about these things, may tell you more. But we looked at topics of evidence, phone calls to hospitals, revealing what the hospitals were offering in the way of organs for sale, for example. And then we said, not what does this evidence tell us about the People's Republic of China. We said, supposing that evidence related to New Zealand, Canada, People's Republic of, not People's Republic, the Republic of Ireland, countries with good human rights record, what would that evidence prove to us to the level of certainty? And that way we insulated ourselves from prejudice. We built up a sequence of decisions of which we were certain, always operating at the highest common factor, or is it lowest common denominator, I never know which, among everybody, so that we were all certain of that which we agreed, put them together, and reached our result. And that's probably all I really need to tell you about the process. But it is a process that, on occasions, where issues are straightforward, and this is a straightforward issue, quite a lot of evidence, but it's a straightforward issue. This is a circumstance where citizens of the world, if they are disposed to give their time and effort, free of course, to simply answering a question, can serve, it seems to us, and I hope it will seem to you, a useful purpose. We have remained as a tribunal of 7, separate from the lobbying, the activist function. That's not for us. We are essentially like a jury in a criminal trial. We receive the evidence, we are told what the law is, and therefore how to reach our verdict. And once we've delivered our verdict, or our judgment in this case, we disappear into the shadows, and it is for those who are committed to acting in respect of this problem, them to do what they can and will with our judgment. And so it is that our judgment does show something to the level of certainty, proof beyond reasonable doubt, about the People's Republic of China. But also, it may be that it shows in a world where we are deprived of truth for all sorts of reasons, by countries, international bodies, the citizen can sometimes fill the gap. Thank you.